Maybe I'm overthinking, but I don't know. I'm just trying to reach out to him, keep him busy. Oh shit! Coming up on 7. There you are. Hey man.
Not much.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I don't know when to call you now because you got normal hours. You used to just stay up till midnight, but now you've got I guess some normal hours. I don't know what time is best to try to get you, but you're up now. So yeah, how you doing?
I was just finishing dinner.
Oh, okay, good. Better than me, man. I'm. I mean that street food. I sent you a video of that. They got the street food. That's pretty much all there is here. Is to these kids, especially when it gets cold. There's no real activities per se, and we're so far away from the city center. But that said, too, it's just I've sent you these bits about the sinking economy here, so it's rather joyless. The Chinese just aren't spending any money, so no one's out and about. It used to be more active, more lively, but now it's just dead. So, but we'll see. It's starting to get colder here now too. But anyway, yeah, only one more week of this madness with the election, right? What, 10 more days or a week and a half, I guess. God Almighty. So,
Yeah.
it's it's just it's interesting. The world watches it because again, it's like this country and many other countries don't have a choice. It's they don't have a choice in who's in the electorate or who's being elected. They don't have a say in it. So everyone's kind of glued into this one that ramps it up. It's almost like everything we do in the states. It's like a Super Bowl, right? It's just like two parties, two teams just going at it. So it's interesting to watch other people's perspectives about it. But so anyway, yeah, um, yeah, not much here. I've got a really light schedule. I'm just hoping that they start paying me timely. But again, it's the sinking salaries here in China, and I only it's they've got to start paying me this month. They can't not they can't do that. I mean they just it would be especially with online where you can just just chastise them if you leave and sully their reputation. But then again, it's like with a sinking economy, I don't think they really care at this point. These programs, they just don't care about their online reputation. They're all just trying to hang on. So yeah, I've got like I said, I have an interesting. This guy he's a Canadian, 74 years young or years old. He just had stomach surgery, but he's married to a Chinese woman. This is his second wife. He's got a granddaughter. Um, so he's been teaching here, JB, for like 20, almost a quarter of a century, I think. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't. Hopefully, they're not grooming me for that for his position because I don't want to. God, I don't want to be here for 25 years. Um, so yeah, so we'll see. But
You
oh
never know.
yeah, you're telling me you never know. Um, yeah. So I'm trying to catch on, trying to start. Finally get after the 4 years or 5 years of the virus to maybe try to get back into my online 401k and try to save some. Start pumping that up again. Um, yeah, yeah, interesting. I was just thinking, you remember, I didn't really get to say goodbye to her because I was abroad, but Aunt Lydia, you remember your cousin, and she was also Billy's wife, Lydia.
Yeah.
Yeah, her and mom, Carrie, got along later in life. Renee, your mother held, bitterness towards her and Billy for, I guess, getting getting more of the inheritance from Nana. I guess I don't know what it was, but I always liked Lydia.
I don't know. I don't know either.
Yeah, but Lydia. I mean Lydia. Lydia was a little nutty too, but Lydia never got. she never got her American citizenship for all the years that she was married, married to Billy and was living in the States. So she couldn't even, like, so she had a broker, right, then with stocks. She did have a lot of stocks. She died with, money, but she couldn't, she didn't have couldn't get anything that was associated, I think, with a Social Security number, right? She didn't have one. She wasn't, for all those years that she lived in the States. That's, that's bizarre. I don't know. Another thing, I don't know, why that never happened, but yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Who's the most fond? Well, the geezer. You love the geezer. Your grandfather.
Well, there was a lot. I liked the guy, but dead. He was a great guy.
Yeah. So was he your most fond family member? Geezer?
What do you mean on?
Fond. Fond, Jay. Fond. Fond.
Yeah. Overall, yeah.
Yeah.
Overall, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny how memory fades, and it's like, yeah. It's a mixed bag, especially now finishing that, the memoir on Mom. It's just, all the shit. It's just there's so much shit, but it's hard. It's more difficult being an only child to aging, to try to care for a parent that, McCary, your sister, just never thought, she didn't realize she was getting older. She didn't realize she never accepted that she needed care. She just basically thought she was going to live forever. Right? It was that kind of mentality. I wish she had had a competent, housekeeper or someone that I could have communicated with towards the end, that maybe, she could have, aged at the house or died at the house in Florida. But, that's c'est la vie. That's not, that didn't happen. Do you wish that you could have done that? Would you have wanted to stay at Loyola if you could have?
I couldn't have.
Yeah. Well, even with, a full-time caregiver, you think it would have been too hard, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't have that, you were in the, how many, like 4 stories or 5 stories? How big was your place? The building?
3 stories. 3 stories.
3, and you unfortunately were on the 3rd story, so it was hard for you to get down.
The 2nd floor.
Yeah, but even then, those were high. You had high ceilings. It was high. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was, yeah. I don't know. It's like, I'm gonna be turning 50. It's like, what, like trying to think of all that, as one gets older. But there's a lot of problems with the states. But as you are, JB, you're lucky. You're very lucky. I've seen very horrible circumstances, and like towards our end of life, especially in these countries. So you're very fortunate. But it's like what But then again, conversely, you see places like the Philippines and Southeast Asia, where you could, the dollar goes a lot further, and you can, it's, those women are willing to do pretty much anything for a buck down there, right? So you look at that as a male perspective, it's kind of interesting, but anyway. So yeah, you don't watch any sports, do you, JB?
No, not really.
Yeah. If you were forced to, if someone had to drag you to a game, what would you, free ticket
Oh,
anywhere?
I go to a basketball game.
Yeah, you would. Yeah, you always liked basketball. We used to play at Loyola together. Yeah, 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 uh, yeah. I wonder. I can't name anybody on the Bulls. I can't name any athlete in the states. Really, I don't. I've got Amazon Prime. I watch movies, but I don't. Sports to me, it's just I'm so remiss from it now. It's funny, right?
Well, it goes away as you get older. I remember Jordan.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That
it's
was
yeah.
uh,
Yeah,
that
we
was
were
the
lucky
Bulls back
to.
then.
Yeah, we were lucky to have that guy for all those years and the championships. Um, yeah, yeah. No one. It's funny. Like the young kids and the Chinese kids love basketball because it's an urban sport, right? So they like it's limited space and all you need is a ball, right? It's an easy urban sport. But none of them remember Michael Jordan even, and I'm like, he's the goat, man. They all like LeBron James, of course, and all the newer guys, but not Jordan, right? It's funny. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, so I should know. I mean, hopefully I get paid. They still haven't gotten me my campus ID. I mean, this is this is the type of the it's not unwelcoming, and I actually prefer it because it's micromanaging thus far, right? They just say, "Here's your classes, go to them, teach them, and then that's it," right? So I enjoy that. But the one teacher that's right next door, he doesn't live with me. He lives with his wife. They bought a condo, like right near campus. So he uses this space as his office, right? So when he comes back, um, but he said it's just it's really like the last 40, especially with the virus, it's just less and less people are just in their own world, especially digitally, right? They don't associate anymore. I mean, you see these kids on campus, their heads are in their phone, Jay. I mean, they must spend 20 hours a day staring into their phones. I mean, it's unbelievable. Um, and I can't, it's like I'm not, I at this point, I think for them, the toughest thing for them is always to get into these schools in China. And then as a teacher, I'm not, I've never been a disciplinarian. So I'm always like, yeah, I mean, you want to learn English, I'm here for you, right? If you want to try to speak more fluently, I'm here for you. If you don't, you don't, right? So it's just, but it's bizarre. I mean, these kids are just like Tyler, your great nephew is just constantly playing video games on his phone. Um, and little they know, like everything's controlled by the government. It's like that's their whole world is what's enveloped what the Chinese government is portraying to them, right? So it's like Tyler, if he ever does, if his mom ever frees him to go anywhere, it's a totally different internet, right? A totally different, um, way of going about online activity, right? It's gonna be funny. So anyway, all right, man. You're still eating. What did you have for dinner?
Oh, the same stuff. I can't even remember. I just had it, and I don't remember.
Yeah, but I bet you'll be happy. I mean, it's that the whole election thing is just so mind numbing. I mean, you got to hand it to him because I mean he's you got to hand it to Trump. I mean, he's no spring chicken. And that's why Biden kind of had to get out too. I mean, it's so much energy. This guy, I mean, these guys must be going. He's going to be 80. He's coming up on 80, and he's doing 3 interviews a day. I couldn't do that. I mean, it's a lot of energy. I mean, they're all over the place, especially that last push for this last month. They're just flying everywhere. Hats off to that. I might not agree with all their policies and politics, but yeah. All right, man. Well, yeah, I'll give you a ring. It's Sunday. I'll give you a ring. Yeah, maybe like Wednesday. Another another long day Tuesday. And I'll give you a ring Wednesday then, JB.
Okay,
All right,
great.
man. Take care of
See
yourself.
ya.
All right, love you, buddy. Love you. Bye bye. Bye bye.